Welcome to our little homestead in southern Sweden, where we definitely do not have free-range sheep, despite popular belief. In between all the things that just kind of happen at a farm, I'm trying to get some stuff done before tackling this summer's big project. I'm setting myself up so I can insulate the house either from the inside or the outside depending on the weather of summer. But before that I want to finish a small project which is building a staircase for the back entrance. And it's all being made from the old wooden deck that was outside before.
Ska de hålla emot dem här nere då kanske? Eller... Vi provar med det.
So Daniel and I emptied the living room yesterday and moved everything into the guest room, which will be the temporary living room. It's kind of nice to have a space like that where there's no building chaos. But this room comes with a bit of challenges because I have both the fiber connection coming in through the wall. I've got water pipes mounted on the wall, on the other wall, and I also have the heating system, which with the fan or the indoor module on the other wall, so that also needs to come down, and that's not something I can do on my own. But at least I can take out the floor, and I've been really quite curious to see if this floor is as good as the rest of it. I have a sneaking suspicion that it might not be, because I can kind of feel that it's a bit uneven when I walk on it. So yeah, both a little bit scared and excited. Here we go. Yeah. No terrible surprises. Yay! It is uneven and it has quite a bit of scratch marks and yeah, but I think it can be sanded and yeah, will look nice. I think this time around I'm not going to sand the floor before starting to insulate because then I don't have to be so worried about the floor while I'm working in here, so I might just wait. Where's are these? Hello. You could put them. Offering a little bit of room service for Majken, who has been laying on eggs for 3.5 weeks now. Actually, the chickens arrived 3 days ago, but she doesn't want to show them. I've seen one once for, yeah, not very long. It's very secretive. Every time I put out hay in the beds, the sheep are really like yelling in the background. It seems like they think I've stolen their food, which I haven't. This is all food that they have neglected, so I've collected that in the outside of their house, and it's good cover material. It should also add some nutrients and sort of protect from weeds and frost. Yeah. Yeah, don't be so upset. Generally, I'm not a big fan of digging in the soil. I have read a lot about the no-dig method, and yeah, that really resonates with me. But I'm also impatient, and in some places the soil here is just too difficult, or yeah, it wouldn't work to grow something here, I think, unless I did dig. But what I did now was to collect all the weeds and stuff like that, and then I put that in a bed that I'm gonna cover with paper, and I'm gonna grow pumpkins there. And I think pumpkins are gonna be happy with that because they like when stuff is composting. So that's kind of like a compromise, I guess. I dig in one place and then I do no dig in the next one. And then going forward, I'm just gonna cover all the beds with organic material over winter and stuff like that, and that should keep it from being covered in weeds next season, hopefully. And then also adding a little bit to the microlife and actually giving the soil a bit of love. Now I'm gonna plant my corn. It's just an empty wall. 10 centimeter. Okay. Åh, det är så lite så där lite. Okay, so this is not good. It's pretty rotten actually. Not just wood panels, but also the bearing beam or whatever. So I guess that's gonna have to be fixed. I just came out to check what thickness of insulation I'm gonna order, because I'm kind of planning for all of this right now, so yeah. Hey. So there's definitely only 2 chickens. She got 10 eggs to lay on, so that's a shame. She hasn't laid on the other ones for I think about 24 hours, so if there's anything in them, it's definitely dead by now. So yeah, 2 baby chickens. They're adorable. There's almost like a little secret garden here in the back. In autumn I cleared most of everything on the other side and discovered a bunch of currant and stuff like that. And now I'm realizing that there's just as much here, if not more. There's also a pear tree and lots of other small trees that I'm not sure what they are, but they're flowering right now, so I'm thinking it's some kind of fruit. It doesn't need to be perfect back here, but at least I want to be able to come in summer and see what's here and if there's stuff that I can harvest. So, whew. Jag kanske sa då. I got this sander from my dad's neighbour and a bunch of other tools actually, and it's a massive upgrade from my old one. But the sandpaper that I have keeps breaking, so it looks like I'm not getting much further on this today. At least not the sanding. I thought this was going to be done today. Oh! Now I can finally use this entrance again, and yeah, I'm really happy about the result actually, and I don't see the old staircase underneath of the house, so that's also a big bonus. I can see that this is going to be the spot for morning coffee, that's for sure. So yeah, really happy about it. Now that summer is like almost here, I really have to prioritize hard, so the next big thing is going to be to fix the insulation and the facade. It wasn't really a fun discovery that there was a beam that's rotten, so once I open up that wall I guess I'm going to see how I can deal with it. Right, Lillen? Yeah. This is the cat that I adopted that was away for about a month. And now he's like the cuddliest thing ever. And also in about 3 weeks, my dad and I mainly are gonna put up solar panels, which I'm super excited about. That's gonna be a big step for my self-sufficiency, also producing my own energy, so very excited about it. So yeah, facade, solar panels, insulation, and I guess everything else that happens. Just on its own. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and take care until then.